sure you've gotten to know that little intro very well, as have we, as the excitement around the royal visit just continues to build. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are maintaining their busy schedule in Cape Town as we speak. And the Duchess of Sussex will soon be visiting the Mothers2Mothers charity. It's an NGO which trains HIV-positive mothers to become health workers. Let's get some more now from our reporter, Aisha Ismail, who's been tracking some of their visit in the mother city, and she joins us now live from the foreshore. Now, Aisha, you are stationed at the next stop on the Royals' very busy schedule today. Tell us a little bit more about the important work being done by Mothers2Mothers.
Now, Mothers2Mothers is an NGO, and they train mothers living with HIV in about 8 African countries. And the interesting thing about this NGO is that they train these mothers and they employ them to be able to work in healthcare centers, but also to be able to work in communities, in the communities where they come from, because it's all got to do with it's what they call a peer model. So once the mothers have been trained by Mothers2Mothers, they then go to healthcare facilities, they then go back to their communities where they provide very basic primary health care, but they're also able to do education for other people in their communities.
Now, again, this is an organization that fits in with the program that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have set up for this trip. It very much has the stamp of the issues that are important to both of them. As we speak, you are waiting for them to arrive, but they are currently in the Woodstock area, where the Duchess, of course, is attending a women's and social entrepreneurial event. Another thing that's very close to her heart, and that was after they had a very special moment to meet and introduce their son Archie to the Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu.
Well, the Duchess is going solo at the moment because Prince Harry has left to go and continue with the other leg of the Southern African tour. He's on his way to Malawi, he'll be going to Botswana and to Angola, obviously following in his late mother Diana's footsteps, trying to get rid of landmines and also to promote HIV and AIDS education. But the Duchess of Sussex is in Woodstock at this Woodstock Exchange program, meeting with young women, young business women, entrepreneurs, and talking to them about how to promote their businesses as women. The women will also be talking to her about how difficult it is for women's voices to be heard and how difficult it is for women to break into businesses that have predominantly been dominated by men. So that's what she's doing at the moment. And you are right in terms of the theme, the thread that we've been seeing since the royal couple arrived in the city. It's got to do with empowering young people, it's got to do with empowering children, and it's got to do with empowering women. Now, earlier this morning we saw the Prince and the Duchess going to visit Archbishop Desmond Tutu at the Tutu and Desmond Tutu and Leia Legacy projects. It's got to do with social justice, and once again with empowering the youth, empowering future leaders of South Africa. And for the first time, they introduced Archie to the Archbishop. And of course, Archie stole the show. He was very well behaved and very much a Prince Charming. So lots of pictures on social media, people trying to get this first glimpse in South Africa of baby Archie on this tour of Africa. And of course, as Prince Harry mentioned yesterday, it is the first African tour where he's come to introduce his family, his wife and his child to Africa, which of course we all know he's very fond of.
I do believe that Archie meeting the Arch is going to be the headline that we see plastered across news organizations around the world with that very special picture. And it seems there's a personal touch as well, Aisha, that Prince Harry is trying to follow in the route of his mother and also introducing his little family to people that were close and special to his mother, an example of which being Desmond Tutu.
That is correct. And just yesterday, when he hosted about 100 young people at the British High Commissioner's residence, he talked about the empowerment of young people. And he said that both him and the Duchess were impressed by young people in South Africa, the fact that young people are standing up for their rights and they're letting their voices heard. And he said that the fact that they are able to host young people and to give them a platform would obviously help them amplify their voices and let their voices be heard.
Now, I can see there's a little gathered group behind you trying to be the first in position to get another glimpse of Meghan Markle. It seems like the city of Cape Town has given them a rousing welcome, and social media has probably been very busy with people trying to find out where would be the next best place to get a wave or a greeting or maybe even a photo.
Well, there's just this huge truck passing by, but since they arrived on Monday, they were able to attract crowds of people. We saw that happening in District 6, we saw it happening in Nyanga, and also yesterday in the Boerkaap. And of course, as you say, there's a small crowd behind me, and most of the people here obviously on lunchtime, or rather on an extended lunch hour, hoping to see Meghan Markle. And some of them have actually, I've seen 2 people with bouquets of flowers, hoping to give that to her. Some of the women that I spoke to earlier said they're here to see what she's wearing today.
Indeed. I always wonder what they do with all the flowers that they receive, because she receives so many of them wherever they go. Aisha Ismail reporting live for us there from the foreshore in Cape Town, outside the offices of the Mothers2Mothers NGO based there, and that is going to be the next stop in the very busy schedule.